Breaking news! It's just been confirmed, and the latest news has generated a lot of buzz online. The Cleveland Browns continue to reshape their identity mid-season, and Wednesday brought another round of significant decisions that could define the rest of the year. If you want to stay informed, click the like button and subscribe to hear about this and other news. Coming off the heels of the Joe Flacco trade to the Cincinnati Bengals, the team had an open spot on the 53-man roster, and they wasted no time putting it to use by promoting cornerback Dom Jones from the practice squad. This move wasn't a surprise to those closely following the roster rules. Jones had already used up his 3 temporary elevations this year, appearing in the first 5 games. Still, he hasn't made a noticeable impact just yet, logging just 15 snaps on special teams and 10 on defense. An undrafted rookie out of Colorado State, Jones brings good size at 6 feet 2 inches, 192 pounds. And the Browns are clearly looking for length and physicality in their secondary as they build for the future. Alongside Jones, the team brought in cornerback D. Williams to the practice squad, while moving Amir Speed to the practice squad injured reserve. Williams, now in his second NFL season, had brief stints with the Seahawks and Giants after entering the league as an undrafted free agent out of Tennessee. His 13 games of NFL experience may provide some depth in the short term, but his signing speaks more to the Browns' need for bodies in a suddenly thin cornerback room. But the more glaring situation is at quarterback. After parting ways with Flacco, who had been holding down the starter role, the Browns opted not to promote veteran Bailey Zappe from the practice squad, at least not yet. That decision leaves just rookies Dillon Gabriel and Shedeur Sanders on the active roster, an unprecedented situation for a team still trying to salvage something from this season. Gabriel will start once again in Week 6 against the Pittsburgh Steelers, and while Zappe could still be elevated as insurance, this is now clearly the rookie show in Cleveland. Head coach Kevin Stefanski's Wednesday press conference added another layer of uncertainty surrounding the quarterback position. While some fans interpreted Flacco's departure as a sign that Deshaun Watson might be nearing a return, Stefanski's comments painted a different picture. Watson remains on the physically unable to perform list, and although his rehab is said to be going well, the coach made it clear that Watson hasn't even resumed throwing. In Stefanski's words, he's doing an excellent job with his rehab. We haven't seen him as part of the throwing process, but he's working very hard. That admission effectively slams the door shut on the idea of Watson making a return anytime soon. In fact, the lack of any throwing activity might suggest the Browns are preparing to operate without him for the remainder of the season. Watson's absence looms large, especially considering his $230 million contract and the mere 19 games he's played in a Browns uniform. Ownership seems increasingly ready to move on mentally from the Watson era, with Jimmy Haslam calling the trade a big swing and a miss earlier this offseason. His remarks put more weight on evaluating the young arms currently on the roster, and with 2 first-round picks in next year's draft, the Browns are in position to make significant decisions about their future under center. Gabriel made a strong impression in his debut last week in London against the Minnesota Vikings. Despite the team falling 21-17 in a frustratingly familiar one-score loss, Gabriel kept the offense turnover-free for the first time this season and connected for 2 touchdown passes. Though he struggled to consistently involve his wide receivers, he showed poise, mobility, and control that was impressive for a first-time starter. The Browns' offensive staff will need to expand the playbook and give him more tools to work with if he's going to continue starting. One major concern from the London game was head coach Kevin Stefanski's play calling in critical moments. The Browns held a 17-14 fourth-quarter lead and had 4 separate possessions to close out the game. They managed just 1 first down across those drives. A bafflingly conservative approach allowed the Vikings to get the ball back and score the game-winning touchdown. On 3rd downs, the Browns converted just 3 of 15 attempts, and far too many of those were 3rd and longs due to poor play sequencing. The coaching staff's inability to adjust or get aggressive in those moments directly cost the team a win. Adding to the offensive woes is the continued inconsistency of wide receiver Jerry Jeudy. Once viewed as the centerpiece of this receiving core, Judy's issues with drop passes have resurfaced in the worst way. A crucial overturned 3rd down catch against the Vikings highlighted his struggles, and while he leads the team in receiving yards, that stat feels hollow given the sheer volume of drops. With a young quarterback needing reliable targets, Judy's role as the team's top receiver is increasingly questionable. On a more positive note, defensive tackle Malik Collins has emerged as perhaps the best value addition of the offseason. Signed as a free agent, Collins was dominant against the Vikings with 2 sacks and is now up to 3.5 on the season. He's providing the kind of interior pass rush next to Myles Garrett that Cleveland has been searching for. If he keeps up this pace, he's on track for a career year and could even reach double-digit sacks, a remarkable feat for an interior lineman. Yet, even with individual standouts like Collins and promising signs from Gabriel, the Browns continue to be plagued by self-inflicted wounds. 10 penalties for 78 yards, including a crucial holding call that wiped out a 56-yard touchdown run by Quinton Judkins, tell the story. This is a team that continues to beat itself week after week. Whether it's illegal contact calls extending opponent drives or mental mistakes killing their own, the Browns remain their own worst enemy. As Cleveland heads into a pivotal Week 6 matchup against a divisional rival, the stakes are rising quickly. The roster moves, the quarterback situation, the mounting frustrations, all of it points to a franchise at a crossroads. But what do you think about this quarterback carousel and Stefanski's handling of Deshaun Watson's rehab? Is it time to move on for good, or does Watson still deserve a shot if he gets healthy? And while the quarterback carousel remains the central storyline, the Browns' path forward looks increasingly focused on building a sustainable future rather than clinging to the past. Dillon Gabriel has shown enough command to warrant more starts, but his development depends on how much trust the coaching staff is willing to place in him. Against the Steelers, a team known for its defensive toughness and relentless pressure, Gabriel will face his first true test in a hostile AFC North rivalry. A solid performance could cement his spot not just for this season, but potentially into next year, shaping the Browns' offseason plans dramatically. The lingering uncertainty around Shedeur Sanders also keeps things interesting. Though Stefanski hasn't publicly committed to him as the definitive backup, the rookie remains one snap away from being thrust into action. With Zapp still on the practice squad and Watson's status no clearer than it was months ago, the team could easily find itself needing Sanders to step up at some point this season. Every decision Stefanski makes from here will be scrutinized, whether it's sticking with Gabriel, giving Sanders a shot, or trying to squeeze one last chance out of Zapp. In a broader sense, the Browns' current 1-4 record masks the reality that they've been competitive in nearly every game. But moral victories won't count in the standings. The locker room is still fighting, and with several young players flashing potential, Cleveland might be closer to turning the corner than their record suggests. The decisions made now, who plays, who sits, who stays, who goes, will define not only the second half of this season but also the next chapter of Browns football. If Gabriel or Sanders proves they can lead this team, the Browns might finally have the clarity they've lacked under center for decades. Otherwise, another reset could be on the horizon. Either way, this team is at a critical junction, and every snap moving forward matters more than ever. If you're a Browns fan, what do you think? Should the team commit to the rookie QBs and move on from Watson for good? Now don't forget to click the like button and subscribe to be part of this community of fans. Go Browns!